Alright, before we get into this, let me just clarify I am not part of the World Health Organisation or the NHS. I am directed information from their websites and The Guardian, who have fact-checked it and put in what information they've put out onto a new platform, or a platform that I don't think's really been touched on. And I think this information is important to share around all over the place, so I'm trying to share it accordingly. So, yeah, enjoy! Hey guys, what's going on? Josh Ryan here and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be speaking about the coronavirus. The last 72 hours has been the most mind-blowingly real 72 hours of my life. You know, I'm not going to lie, up until that point no one was taken seriously, especially me. I know there was a few people here and there taking it very seriously, but I wasn't really taking it seriously until Tom Hanks went into quarantine. So that happened, and then it just seemed like a downward spiral from there. You had the NBA cancel, and then that went into every other event cancelling from there on. You've got universities closing, you've got schools closing, everywhere's taking the proper action on this. Yet Boris Johnson decides he just wants to say,
I must level with you, level with the British public. More families, many more families, are going to lose loved ones before their time.
There's only one thing that can really solve all of this. I hope I edited that alright. In all seriousness, there are a lot of stuff going around at the moment that might not be true, and this video is just to clarify that. Oh shit. But in all seriousness, there's a lot of myths going around at the moment and a lot of stuff that might not be true, and I want to put this video out there just to clarify some of that stuff. So, disregarding the first section of this video, let's get into the proper stuff. What do we actually know about the virus? So, as many of us know already, the COVID-19 has transmitted from an animal to a human. So many of those initially infected actually worked in the centre of Wuhan in a seafood market, which is where the virus started. So unusually for a virus that is transmitted from an animal to a human, this one affected humans way more than most other diseases normally do. What's the likeliness that I'll get infected? So the average person that catches COVID-19 will normally pass it on to 2 more people. The virus obviously seems to have a higher mortality rate than other common flus or common colds. But if you take the precautions of washing your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds each day, ignore the happy birthday thing, just count to 20 seconds, just... The happy birthday thing's stupid, let's be honest. How can I stop myself and others from getting infected? There's the obvious things like washing your hands with soap and gel for 20 seconds after you've eaten, touched your face, touched any other surfaces. Just generally a good few times a day I'd wash your hands. And if you do end up getting a cough or a sneeze or anything like that, if you don't, I never normally have tissues on me. I'm carrying more now, but I mean, there's been circumstances where I haven't had any tissues on me and I didn't really know, coughing into my hand, it doesn't seem very smart. So what I've actually read, that a really good tip is to cough into the crease of your elbow. I didn't realise that. It's a really good way to do it. But then obviously still go and wash your hands. And grab some tissues while you're there. What should I do if I have the symptoms? Typical flu symptoms, which normally come on quickly, like a high fever, a cough, a runny nose, anything like that, I'd recommend ringing up 111 and seeing what they recommend. That they have an online website as well. If you don't want to ring anyone, they have a little survey online. It has 2 questions which tells you if you should be ringing up your doctors or if you should stay indoors for 7 days. The most important thing is do not go to a GP or pharmacist or anything like that if you do think you've got symptoms, because then it could pass on to at least 2 other people or even more, which is the worst thing that could happen, because the containment of keeping this virus lower than it is now is the most important thing. There seems to be a lot of stuff going around that because the coronavirus only affects people with bad health or old people or anything like that, that any young people shouldn't be worried about if they get it, when in reality the truth is if you end up getting it, you could easily pass it on to a family member, a friend, someone on the bus, someone on the train, anyone. You could pass it on to them and then they could end up passing it on to maybe one of their family members, or they could have it themselves if they're old or have bad health issues or anything like that. You don't know what's going on in their life, so you could affect them. So that's what is the main worry here, is that people are going to affect other people, and that's how it's going to spread, which is what's been not happening, is why it's going from country to country. It's why it's called a pandemic. It's not a guarantee you won't get the virus or you won't pass it on. It is like, wearing these masks is not a trend, but because someone sees someone wearing it, it spreads online, then everyone starts wearing them. It's not going to protect you, it's not going to protect other people, but because the virus can go through the eyes and through the skin, anything like that, through hands, through surfaces, everything. So wearing it over your mouth isn't necessarily going to help, it's just going to maybe reduce the risk by a tiny amount. If you want to wear a mask, fair enough, it makes you feel better, then fair enough, but it doesn't necessarily help. If you work in the health and social care industry, then it's definitely a necessary thing. So if you're in certain places, then yeah, I 100% agree that the mask will help. But in general day-to-day life, the Guardian, who have fact-checked it, and said that it won't necessarily help. It's not an ironclad guarantee, but it could. There's a lot of people saying that it's no more dangerous than a winter flu, when in reality, like I was saying earlier, it's a lot more dangerous to older people or people with serious heart conditions or health conditions. So I'd maybe take that into account when you're saying this kind of stuff, because it could affect someone you know or love, and being in the state of mind where it's not going to affect me, or it's the winter flu, it's not going to help. Bruce Howard, who went to China to investigate the disease a bit more, found out that he said the evidence did not suggest that we were only seeing the tip of the iceberg. This can mean that current estimates of a roughly 1% fatality rate are accurate, which makes the disease 10 times more likely to kill people. That's an estimate of between 290,000 people and 650,000 people a year. There's a claim that a vaccine could be ready within a few months, when in reality they're hoping for within a year, if that. They think in a year it'd be like a miracle if there was a vaccine in a year's time. So the way to avoid it at the moment is to keep away from people, wash your hands, stay safe, stay clean, basically. Another one is, it's only Chinese people or Asian people that are getting this. But if you have that mindset, you are very... I don't know what the word is, it's a bad word, but it's stupid to think that, basically. And lastly, I'm going to end this video. I only wanted to do a quick video here, so lastly I'm going to end it on the general information that people are giving you. Always follow your advice from schools, universities, always follow the doctor's advice, always keep up to date with the NHS and the World Health Organization. Yeah, there's been some funny memes about this, but it is quite a serious topic, and I think a lot of us are taking it more seriously now that events are being cancelled and celebrities are getting it, and people we love and know are at risk to getting this disease. You know, wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially if you're blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing. Go to the bathroom and before eating or after preparing food. Avoid touching your eyes, your nose and your mouth with unwashed hands. If you develop a fever, a cough or shortness of breath, you should immediately get in touch with doctors. I've been on the phone, I've said stay home, because I've got a cough, but luckily it can't come through the camera, so you're okay. But most importantly, if you really do have any of these symptoms, just don't try, unless you really have to, don't come in contact with anyone else. Stay home from uni for the week, stay home from school, get in touch with work, see what they can do about it. You know, there's a lot of important measures you can take to stop it from spreading. If you have it, if you think you've got a common flu, take the risk. Don't take the risk, sorry. Just stay home. Enjoy your day off. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that video there. I hope this was helpful. I try to make it a bit funny at the start and then get into a more serious tone. If you like, these videos don't go well normally, but I like spreading this information because it's a platform that loads of people use. But you know, I know loads of people that don't use Facebook, don't use Twitter. They might not see all the information that everyone else is getting. So putting it on YouTube, where a lot of people can see, even if I don't have a lot of subscribers or views, is a good way of getting the message across. I think. I think Markiplier's done a video, Jacksepticeye's done a video, which is really good. So, thank you very much for watching. If you like, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to go to bed now. But thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.